In this video, I'm going to show you where and how you can catch a Ditto and get it with as many IVs as you can possibly get on it. For the sake of catching Ditto, I do recommend having an Absol on your team and going to Veilstone City. So Veilstone City located on the map right over here. Just to the top left of the Poke Center, when you go into the department store over here, you can buy certain moves that you're going to need to make catching Ditto an easy breezy experience. So in the department store, you want to go up to the third floor that looks like this, and you're going to speak to the lady right at the top over here who's going to sell you some TMs. What you're going to want to buy, the Work Up TM and the Sword Dance TM, because these are two moves that will basically do nothing. Endure is also another one. So Endure, those three, Work Up, Endure, and Sword Dance, and then your final move, your main move, is False Swipe, right? Because the other three moves they don't do anything to the enemy Pokemon. False Swipe will let you attack them, but leave them with 1 HP. And because we're fighting Ditto, he's going to be using the same moves against us. So worst case scenario, we're stuck at 1 HP too, which probably won't happen. The main point of this is to make sure your Absol has all 4 of these moves, or moves that don't essentially damage the target. False Swipe should be your only damaging move. Okay, so in order to get Ditto and get one with good IVs, we're going to Canalave City, which is at the left of the map here, to Route 218 at this location. Before we begin, you are going to change some of your options to make this easier for you. I do recommend having your battle style to set, send to boxes automatic, and autosave on off. Trust me, you want to do this because otherwise you might waste a bunch of Pokeballs, especially if you're doing like shiny hunting for the Ditto as well. Another thing you're going to need is the Super Repel. You're going to want to have one active all the time to keep Pokemon away from you. And this is the location where we are, so we're going to walk into this green area here, and we're going to open up the item that you get for completing the Pokédex, the first one, the regional one for Sinnoh, and you'll get an item called Poke Radar, which is this one over here. So go ahead and register it to one of your quick shortcut moves. Now before we continue, you want to save your game right here, right now. Now you're also going to want to cycle your Poke Etch on the top right of your screen to this thing over here that looks like the podium 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to activate your move, your Poke Radar, and you're going to look for one of the slots there until you get a Ditto. We were lucky, we found it first time, but if you didn't get a Ditto, if another Pokemon showed up here instead, what you want to do is run away from the fight, run around in a circle for a little bit, and then use your Poke Radar again and pick one of the green things to walk into to hopefully get Ditto. Then the process here is simple. You're going to start out every fight with a false swipe. Ditto is going to transform into you, and he's going to use your appearance and your moves back against you. And since you don't really have any moves like to damage you, it's kind of going to do nothing against you. So you can throw a quick ball here for the get-go. This is my first time catching Ditto, so I recommend a quick ball for the first time. For the second time, you can use a repeat ball. Okay, so after you've caught the first one, that's perfect. Now what you want to do is you want to go to the furthest kind of splashing of grass, the furthest one from you. The absolute furthest. It needs to have at least 3 grass patches in between you and the final patch that you're walking towards, because that will have the highest chance of being a repeat Ditto. If it's not a repeat Ditto, it's going to fail, and there's also like a 7% chance that you just failed even if everything else goes right, and it's kind of really annoying. But again, you're going to repeat the process, use False Swipe, get Ditto to like 1 HP, and then he's going to transform into you, and then you're going to throw a repeat ball. If you've caught a Ditto before, you always use a repeat ball because it has the highest guaranteed chance of catching the Pokemon. You should see now at the top of our screen, at the top right, it says 2 Ditto. That means we're on a counter of 2. We're going to walk to the furthest grass patch again, and if we catch this one, the counter will go to 3. Now we're going to have to catch Ditto over and over and over. Now if you're trying to catch a Ditto with high IVs, it gets a little bit complicated. The game's kind of like broken right now with how it works with the IVs, because once your counter gets to 20, once you've caught 20 Dittos, the 20th Ditto that you catch will have at least 1 best IV. Now, if you get it to 30 counter, like the 30th one that you catch in the counter chain, will have 2 best IVs. And if you get it to 40 on the 40th counter, which is also a really good time to actually catch shiny Pokemon because your rates are the highest they will ever be, but you're also supposed to get a guaranteed 3 best IVs. And if you're looking for the best one to get as many as you can get all the way to 100 catches, 100 in a row, catching Ditto 100 times. You will get a guaranteed 5 best IVs, but it's almost impossible to get there, so good luck for that. The big problem here with the game currently is that everything besides those numbers, those counters like 20, 30, 40, and 100, don't give you guaranteed best IVs. They're all random, which sucks. Now you'll notice sometimes your counter will just end, like apart from you opening up a bicycle or doing like something that you shouldn't do because you shouldn't move around or leave the area when you have your counter up. but it can just like be that 7% chance that you just lose your counter. So what you should do is close your game at this point, and then basically start the game again, and then you'll repeat from your save. So just before you wasted all those Pokeballs and everything to catch all these Dittos, you can start again and hopefully get a counter that's higher than 10. Because I made it to 10 Dittos, and then my counter died. So yeah, that's just how it goes, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and good luck catching the Ditto, and good luck trying to get it with some good IVs, because it's difficult. And thank you so much for watching.